Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Lieutenant Colonel Matthew Abraham. I am the 174th Wing Director of Staff, Master of Ceremonies for today's change of command. Welcome to Hancock Field. The ceremony will begin shortly. This time, please find your seats to take a moment to turn off and silence all electronic devices. Throughout the ceremony, you'll be given cues to stand and be seated at appropriate times. As a reminder, during the playing of musical honors and our national anthem, military members should stand at attention, and during the national anthem, our civilian guests should place their right hand over their heart. Thank you. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this special occasion as we recognize and honor the change of leadership for the 174th Attack Wing from Brigadier General John R. O'Connor to Colonel Brett M. Batick. The host for today's ceremony is Major General Michael W. Bank, Commander of the New York Air National Guard. Before we begin, we would like to extend a warm welcome to our distinguished guests. Please hold all of your applause until our guests have been introduced. We're extremely honored today to have in attendance Brigadier General O'Connor's family, which includes his wife Kathy, his daughter Erin, and his wife Megan. We're also extremely honored to have in attendance Colonel Batick's family, which include his wife Lana, his son Ethan, his girlfriend Carly, his daughter Emily, his mother Linda Jane, and his grandmother, or his wife's grandmother, Eugenia. Our distinguished visitors include Brigadier General Gary Charlton, Assistant Adjutant General, and his wife Susan, and their daughter Ginger. Welcome. Major General Retired Kevin Bradley, United States Air Force, and his wife Karen. Congressman John McMahon, 22nd District. Mr. Daniel Martini, representing Congresswoman Claudia Tenney, 24th District. Command Chief Michael Hewson, Command Chief New York State. Command Chief Sandra Williams, Command Chief 174th Attack Wing. We'd also like to welcome all of our guests, chiefs, first sergeants, and distinguished guests who are here today. Thank you for being with us. The 174th Attack Wing traces its heritage to 1947 with the federal recognition of the 138th Fighter Squadron at Hancock Field, New York's first post-war Air National Guard flying unit. Over the decades, the wing and its predecessor organizations include the 174th Tactical Fighter Wing and the 174th Fighter Wing, have flown a distinguished series of aircraft, from early jet interceptors to the A-10, F-16, and now the MQ-9 Ranger. The wing has answered the nation's call of major operations from Berlin Crisis and Desert Storm to post-9/11 Homeland Defense and overseas deployments in support of operations Enduring Freedom and Iraqi Freedom. In 2009, the wing flew its first combat mission with the MQ-9, and we have continued so 24/7, 365, every single day since, and are currently flying as this week. In 2012, the unit was redesignated as the 174th Attack Wing, and today the Airmen of the 174th continue a proud legacy of excellence, service, and dedication to the state of New York and the United States Air Force. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the arrival of the official party and remain standing for the singing of the national anthem of Senior Master Sergeant Robert Cummings, followed by the invocation by Chaplain Lieutenant Colonel Matthew Hollaback. Wing, attend, up! Wing, present, arms. Wait, what arms? Array, pass.
I invite you to pray with me. Almighty God, we come before you this morning to pray for the men and women of the 174th Attack Wing. We ask for your blessing and presence upon this momentous change of command ceremony. As we say farewell to Brigadier General John O'Connor and welcome Colonel Brett Batick, we lift up these men and their families in our prayers. We thank you for General O'Connor's steadfast dedication to our mission, while also always ensuring the well-being of our airmen. Thank you for his example of leadership, the values and people of this wing, so that each of us might be supported and inspired to selflessly serve and excel. We are grateful for the loving support of his family, his daughters here, Erin and Megan, who helped him learn the compassion that defines his leadership, and his wife Kathy, who has been his foundation and inspiration to be the commander we needed. Be with him and his family as he begins the next adventure you have for him as he faces new opportunities and new challenges and a bit longer of a drive to make. We pray now for Colonel Batick as we celebrate his selection as our wing commander. As he leads, help him continue to build upon all the successes and the tradition of excellence that characterize the 174th. Guide him with wisdom and vision to inspire confidence and enthusiasm in our wing. Help us as his wingmen to follow his leadership with commitment and demonstrate unwavering support for his vision. Grant him the strength and wisdom he will need as he leads these men and women to accomplish our vital work. Bless his family, his children Ethan and Emily, and his wife Lana as they inspire and support him as he enters this even more demanding role. Let them know how much we and our nation appreciate the sacrifices they each make so that he may serve and lead this way. Grant him and our airmen success in every good endeavor so that our mission might be accomplished and every member of the team might know their great value to the Air Force and our nation. In your holy name I pray. Amen.
Thank you, Senior Master Sergeant Cummings, for singing the national anthem and the chapel call back for the invocation. Ladies and gentlemen, please find yourselves. It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce all of you the hosts of today's ceremony, Major General Michael W. Batick.
Good afternoon. If I can take a moment for everybody to give a round of applause to the Senior Master Sergeant. Thank you very much for the wonderful words to get this ceremony started. To all our distinguished guests, all past and current wing commanders and command chiefs from across the New York Air National Guard, our local elected officials in attendance, airmen of the 174th Attack Wing, and most importantly, the families of these two fine officers, thank you all for attending this change in command ceremony. It means a great deal to all of us that you are able to be here. This ceremony commemorates the transition in wing leadership of the 174th Attack Wing. A wing with a long history marked by significant historic events that define it and the airmen that serve it. For almost 8 decades, this wing has transformed, developed, and refined itself, meeting the requirements of the Air Force and the Air National Guard. We are undergoing strategic transformations once again, and this is nothing new. Throughout this lineage, time can be marked, measured, and milestones attained to accomplish mission success as those missions change to meet the challenges our airmen will face against a potential adversary. Wing commanders lead and measure that change. All past wing commanders strive and share the responsibility, pride, and privilege to lead their airmen on this journey. Each building on their predecessor's vision to continue the task of organizing, training, and equipping their airmen to meet the needs of the Air Force, the once again, the 174th Attack Wing marks a period in their long history as the guidon gets passed from Brigadier General John O'Connor to Colonel Brett Batick. Today we acknowledge the successful culmination of command from Brigadier General O'Connor and embrace the future vision from Colonel Batick. The privilege and honor to command this fine wing, its mission, and the outstanding airmen that serve selflessly in it. John, as you step aside and pass the wing guidon, I want to thank you for your deliberate leadership to this fine wing, nation, and state. You have commanded at every level and at the headquarters level as well. In 2023, when you came into command, the wing's end strength was around 95%. You had 2 recruiters who were authorized aid, and retention was a little bit low. Today, you're approaching almost 99% end strength, have 11 recruiters, and have realized a 58% increase in first-term airman retention alone. You led the wing on its first physical deployment of the MQ-9 and its airmen to SOUTHCOM, working with our state partner Brazil, a successful combat readiness exercise, foundational readiness inspection, and received funding and designation for the test bed. I'd be remiss all this while deploying airmen to support our DOCS mission last February. That was the largest New York National Guard emergency response in the state in recent memory. You and these fine airmen have truly embraced service, readiness, and the spirit of innovation, and are applying those efforts to today's warfighters around the globe. This is deliberate leadership in action at all levels, and your mentorship has been impactful across this wing. Thank you, and you should be proud of the team that you've fostered. And we are very much looking forward to continuing to work with us at the NNA as the Chief of Staff. Kathy, Aaron, and Megan, who are here today, and Ryan, who couldn't be here unfortunately, our sincerest thanks to all of you as well. We are all aware of the tremendous support and service that you have provided over these many years. None of this is possible without you and every member of this family that wears the uniform. Thank you. Brett, you have my utmost confidence in your ability to lead this fine organization and take care of the airmen who serve you. They are our most precious resource, and I have no doubt that your vision and your priorities will align with Major General Chin's priorities and ours, our organization's priorities of safety, strength, and readiness. Believe me when I say to you as you embark on this command that this will be the best job that your nation has done. Lana, Ethan, and Emily, Mom, Linda Jane, thank you for supporting Brett over these many years, and thank you for your continuing support as he embarks on his new assignment. I have no doubt with the support of this wonderful family, the leadership team here at 174th, the 1,200 airmen that serve it, and all of us within the Office of the Adjutant General, you will be extremely successful. You are the right officer at the right time with the right vision for this command. And I look forward to working with you and your team. Very well deserved. Congratulations. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, it's my pleasure to introduce to you our current commander, the commander of the 174th Attack Wing, Brigadier General John O'Connor.
Can I get to the right speech? Sound check in the back. Good? Good. All right, general officers, distinguished guests, members of the 174th Attack, past and present, family and friends, thank you for being here today. My family's up front here again, but just Kathy and my daughters this time. My son Ryan couldn't make the second trip. He's in Aspen, Colorado, and it's snowing there, and who wouldn't rather be skiing in Aspen than come here? So we miss Ryan, but Kathy girls, Ryan from afar, I think you know how much your support means to me, because today is simply not possible without you. We also have our friends John and Sue Lamphere here today joining us from the neighborhood. Thanks for coming. And I hope when you guys leave here today, you'll realize that those of us serving in the military simply can't do it without our friends as well, who keep quiet eye on the families when we're away. Thank you for that. General Bank, Charlton, thank you for allowing me the opportunity to lead this wing. It has truly been my greatest honor. And a huge shout out to my staff, Libby Marshall, Lieutenant Colonel Matt Abraham, and the rest of the gang who put this ceremony together and executed it here on the stage once again in our maintenance hangar. Thanks to the maintenance crew for just creating a really great place to have a ceremony like this. And of course, Senior Master Sergeant Cummings, thank you for singing our national anthem so beautifully. It really makes a difference. So just a few weeks ago, we gathered here for my promotion ceremony. It was a slightly less formal ceremony. And we were surrounded by these incredible lethal MQ-9 aircraft and the people who operate them, maintain them, support them, and control them. I talked then about how proud I am of the 174th Attack Wing and how there was no other wing that I would rather command anywhere. That's because of what we have here, again, in this hangar, and that's our people, the members of the 174th Attack Wing. It was an honor to have you celebrate that promotion with me, and it was a day I'll never forget. But today we're here for a different reason. Today we are in a true wing formation of the groups and squadrons that are charged with the responsibility of defending our nation and supporting the state of New York and our communities when we're called upon. That is a very heavy burden. This formation represents what I feel is the greatest strength of the United States. A group of people who have chosen to serve, to wear the cloth of our nation, and are trained and ready to fight and win our nation's wars. A group of individuals who, when formed as a combat wing, which we are, in our Air Force project overwhelming capability anywhere in the world, whenever we're needed. And they do it with a level of professionalism and commitment and sacrifice that is simply unmatched anywhere in the world. And today I'm proud to be a part of this change of command, where I relinquish command to Colonel Batick. And that's a seamless transition that ensures the chain of command for this wing is never broken. Since arriving in June of 23, it's been busy, and every wing commander can say that, but this wing is truly impressive. If you look inside the program, you'll see that the 174th has a long and distinguished history dating back to 1947. A history defined by bold leadership, combat success, willingness to change and overcome adversity, innovation. We've certainly made aviation history several times here. Community support, and most importantly, exceptional people who serve selflessly to make all of that happen. We have to remember that heritage and maintain that mindset as we move forward in uncertain times. As Colonel Batick, Chief Williams, and I prepared for the Air Executive Council meeting this past week, we summarized the accomplishments of the wing in 2025. Just covering that 1 year period would probably take me at least an hour, so I'm going to bore you with that pain. But I want to share a few things that are important with you. In 2025, the 174th Attack Wing assessed 171 new members to this team, leading the state for the second year and overcoming incredible recruiting and retention challenges, and achieved our highest end strength in over 6 years. We deployed over 250 members to support the February 2025 crisis response to the New York Corrections Officer strike, the largest domestic response in New York since 1979. We also executed a successful combat readiness exercise in September that set the stage for readiness training moving forward. Our operations group flew over 2,700 combat hours in 5 different AORs around the world, demonstrating incredible agility and adaptability. They also flew over 2,000 hours locally, right here, training combat aircrew, setting the standard for satellite launch recovery integration for the entire MQ-9 enterprise. Finally, they supported an MQ-9 test attachment, testing advanced technologies that will change the face of MQ-9 operations for the future. Our maintenance group supported and enabled that flying success around the world, here in Syracuse and up north at Fort Trump. They made it look easy. They deployed to Brazil to support the Tapio 25 exercise with our Brazilian state partners, successfully flying the MQ-9 in the Southern Hemisphere for the first time ever. They also deploy maintainers to 2 overseas locations directly supporting combat operations. Our Air Operations Group continued an unprecedented 3-year mobilization that will impact over 60% of that group, providing worldwide command and control, expertise in support of UCOM and CENTCOM. Our mission support group supported all of this activity, as they always do, while getting our radio aircraft shelter and our main hangar military construction projects reinvigorated for full execution. They supported yet another highly successful New York State Civil Air Patrol encampment and led the way developing combat skills training for our airmen. Our medical group, after best seen to date inspection results, was selected to do a medical facility annual tour, a highly competitive opportunity reserved for only the top performing medical groups in the Air National Guard. They traveled to Naples, Italy. It was tough. Integrated with the Naval Hospital team and seamlessly executed their mission as they prepare for their next deployment site. And I just scratched the surface here. If we look back to 2023, 2024, you can simply triple what I just said to get an idea of what this wing has accomplished and how proud of it I am. So what does this all mean? It means the 174th Attack Wing is damn good at what they do. And they're just getting started. 174th welcomed me here in 1998 and gave me opportunities that I never imagined I would have. I'm so thankful for that and humbled beyond words to have led this wing for the last 2.5 years. But as I've said before, commanders come and commanders go. Part of my job is to lead this wing, prepare for what comes next, and as I hand this flag off to Colonel Batick, I am confident you are in the most capable of hands. Congrats, Brig. You earned this. And I know you will continue to take care of our people while making sure they are prepared as warriors and they are ready every day. As you and I talk about often, there is simply no higher priority. Chief Williams, thank you for your service as my command chief. I don't think very many wing commanders and command chiefs have known and worked together since they were captains and senior airmen, respectively. We are a rare team, and I am lucky to know you. You've had enormous positive impact on this wing. I will close with a final thank you to my group and squadron leadership teams, and all the airmen, NCOs, senior enlisted leaders, state and federal members, and the families that support them and enable them to serve. You have my eternal gratitude for a job incredibly well done. I know those who came before you are proud of your service and what you have done to carry this wing's heritage forward. And those who come next will learn so much from you as you make them ready to fight and win. That is our charge, and we will win. Thank you.
Commanders, please join me for the last salute of General O'Connor as the commander of the 174th Attack Wing. Wait, attention, up, reset, up. Order, up. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing for the publishing of the order and the change of command ceremony. Attention to orders. Department of the Air Force, 174th Attack Wing, Hancock Field, Air National Guard Base, Special Order Number G26001, effective 6 December 2025. Brigadier General John O'Connor relinquishes command of 174th Attack Wing to Colonel Brett Batick by order of Major General Michael W. Bank, Commander of New York Air National Guard. Attack Wing, Colonel Rob Batick.
Wing, parade, west.
Please sit down. All right. Told me to soak it in for a second. So. All right, good afternoon, everybody. First, I want to echo some of the things that General O'Connor said, saying thank you to Miss Libby Marsden, Lieutenant Colonel Matt Abraham, Lieutenant Colonel Brig, to Lieutenant Colonel Hallenbach, Staff Sergeant Warren, Staff Sergeant Turo, for putting all this together. It seems pretty easy, I know, but there's a ton of planning that went into it and killed it. So thank you all for that. They had a team. I know I missed a couple people, but you know who you are. So thank you. Sergeant Cummings, thanks again for singing the national anthem. From a guy that can't sing a note, I know when it's right when I hear it, and I've heard her do that a few times now, and it gets better every time. So thank you very much for that. Major General Bank, General Charlton, Command Chief Houston, thank you for being here. Thank you for the unwavering support of the 174th Attack Wing, giving me the opportunity. Your mentorship over the years has been inspiring, and I appreciate it. Big thank you to my family, my wife Lana is here, my daughter Emily, son Ethan, his girlfriend Carly, my mom Linda Jane is here. Wouldn't be here without you, right? Thank you for everything. My wife's grandmother, Miss Jeannie Townsend, is here. Miss Leah Spicer, thanks for coming. I wish my dad was here. Such is life. I also have a few guests in the audience. Miss Pam and Derek Bowers, been great friends to us as we moved here. Actually, just a little bit before we moved here, because we met them in the road between our two houses as we were on a house hunting trip where I was, and they've been great friends to us since. Very supportive. So thank you guys for being here. I appreciate it. Miss Judy, Ken Superman, Saley, Derek Rogers, Claire Quinn, there you are. Best neighbors you could ask for. Fernlene, I know you're out there too. I'm talking to them. Thanks for your support over the years. I really appreciate it. Clinton Road. The congressional community leaders that are here, and those not able to make it, Mr. John Mannion's here. Mr. Daniel Martini, representing Congresswoman Claudia Tenney. We're honored to have you. We at the 174th know that we're a big part of this community, a big part of Syracuse, and a big part of the state of New York. And we're thankful that we have your support. To the extent that we can, our gates are open to the community. We look forward to finding a few more ways, more than what we already do, in that regard. Attack Wing former commanders, chiefs, retirees, and alumni, thank you for being here. I've gotten to know a lot of you over the years, and I know that we have your support. As General Bradley is here, once said in a similar speech, I look out in the front row, I look out in the audience, and I see an opposing group, opposing lineup of leaders. I'm here to tell you that opposing lineup is still there. Right? I'm glad that you are, because I know that we have your support. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your service, your efforts during your time in this wing. You set us up for success. General O'Connor, Chief Williams, group commanders, squadron commanders, senior enlisted leaders, members of the attack wing. Thank you for coming. I know it's part of the job, and I sincerely appreciate it. When I look out at this wing, though today with a new perspective, I continue to be as awestruck with your abilities, your motivation, your professionalism, your sense of duty, patriotism, as when my family and I first moved here in 2013. You're truly some of the best that America has to offer, and I could not be more proud than to stand here as your new wing commander. We have many strengths in this wing. You are all by far the most impressive. The experiences and expertise that you bring is an asset to the state and to the nation. We also have unbelievable resources here. Location in a community that is driving and investing in the future of technology. 10 of the most impressive combat aircraft in the Air Force. A full complement of support equipment. Best range in airspace on the East Coast. Partnerships with local organizations. Support of our community, and the list goes on. truly lucky to be here, and I hope that you all appreciate that as much as I do. It's easy to forget that in the day-to-day because we work here, we work in this environment all the time, but we're truly blessed. It's our job to utilize these resources, be the experts for the good of the country and the state, and not feel the least bit sorry for other wings throughout the nation that are less fortunate. If those folks want to work here, we're hiring. We're only taking the best. It's also our job to take guidance and direction of our state and our nation, implement with lethal precision in some cases, and caring and compassion in others. In the days to come, that's what we're going to do. You can expect to focus on warfighting, readiness, and civil support. We'll drive the future of intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance, of air power, and of the Air Force. We'll be driven by our core values. We'll take care of each other, and we'll have some fun as we do it. In today's environment, there's plenty of uncertainty. Everywhere you look, there's conflicting reports of what the future will bring. What I know for certain is that you all are an asset. The Air Force needs you, needs us, probably more than any time in history. The best thing we can do in this environment is be the calm, but also to be the lethal professionals ready to execute at a moment's notice when called. We need to be the experts at our jobs, recruit to 100+%, develop and grow our people, train to thrive in tactical and operational ambiguity. That's what I need from each of you, and that's what I want you to think about. On 74th, again, I'm going to be more proud to be your wing commander, and can't wait to get started. Thank you. Group commanders, please join me in the first salute of our new wing commander of the 174th Attack Wing. Wing, attend, up! Reset, off!